Be afraid. Don't do that man with this scar on his face. It's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah! I'm coming. You can feel that power. And I feel what is real when she feels it. I feel what is real when you feel it. And I feel what is real when she feels it. And I feel what is real when she feels it. And I feel what is real when she feels bad, yeah. And I Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroworldweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be ya, I wanna see ya. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Yeah, what's wrong with this thing?
Another lost Lone Ranger. Can I break this spell? One thing right, who I make you two things wrong. If I want to satisfy the line, who I will always take the fall. If I just do the left, watch you leave from the right. I sleep all day long, then I'm dreaming through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, whatever spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
October, annular eclipse. Don't let your glasses go. You ready for the next solar eclipse? You ready for it? October 15th, 6 years, an annular eclipse. As usual, never total eclipse reduces only paper optics today on the website, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, or give me a call, 516-273-3771, and we can get you a set of 4 of these for $9.99. Come on down again, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, and keep imaging as long as you don't have a solar shade on. Keep imaging.
He's gonna give it a little more bottle. He's finally thrown away the bottle. Don't you know the monster has finally set me free? And don't you know the monster is down on his knees? I had to give up.
What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Yep, what's wrong with this?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? One thing right, a warm snap line, la la, it's gone. Right, I see it's gone, it's gone. And I'm pretty scared.
So here I am, out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plan, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah! I'm coming, you can feel my power. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel
Hey, what up? Hey, I see your shirt, and I'm so super excited for November. I am like super,
Oh, you
like,
are.
I'm super stoked, and I'm even more stoked. And I knew this had been out for a while, but you know what? It just like clicked in my head. They're making a third movie, so just so you know.
Yeah.
They're making a third. It was originally supposed to be two movies, and that was it. He was done. But it turns out that he's going to be doing Dune Messiah as well. So
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He is going to do Messiah.
Yep. So it's going to end. The second one's going to end where the first where the book ends, the first Dune book, and then the third movie is. I think it might be two. He might be doing two more, like part one, part two. But I think he's only doing one. He's only slated for one more, and it's going to be based on Dune Messiah. So anyway. Off the rails already. How are we doing, everybody? We're here tonight. We're going to be talking about some constellations tonight. We're going to be talking about Sagittarius and Scorpius. We were slated to do Lyra as well, but unfortunately, Jessie came down with some strep throat, so she can't talk.
Yeah, she's not feeling so well.
Yeah, not feeling so hot. So she kind of, as she would say, I'm going to dip out tonight. So, so she is not going to be with us tonight. Hopefully her throat next week will be fine. I got some good news. So everyone knows Starfest is coming, right? So, Sean Nielsen is going to be on next Wednesday with one of the runners of Starfest on next Wednesday. So, that's going to be pretty cool. So we could talk all about what Starfest has to offer. I am not, believe it or not, I don't think I've ever, with the exception of being on a boat, I don't think I've ever viewed or imaged anywhere outside of the continental U.S. So, I mean, it's going to be a first for me. It should be kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to that. We are down to 12 days and counting. I'll be having a nice whiskey with Ron Breacher and his lovely wife Gail in his homestead in Guelph, Ontario, and we'll be chilling out there. So it's great. So for those of you that are new to the show, welcome to the show. This is what we do every Wednesday and Friday night, as long as at least the two of us are available, if not more. We're here to hang out and talk. Not only we do a lot, we've been doing on Friday nights, Eric. We've been doing a lot more. Believe it or not, it's like a combo, I guess, observational and astrophotography, because we've been talking pretty much about different constellations of what you can see and image. Just remember, when we do this, we do take pictures, or we do use pictures that either are made by us or made by somebody else. This is not necessarily the things that you are going to see with an eyepiece. These are things that you are going to be. Does anyone use eyepieces anymore?
These are things you can image.
Yes. You can see some of the things, but they won't look even close to what you would see after a properly processed photograph. So just so we're on, I love doing. And something that we don't talk a lot about. I love doing observational imaging, visual. I love doing visual because I think of it as a game. I think of it as a game because it's some of these things, unless you have really dark skies and really long focal lengths, some of the stuff are just like these lame, kind of fuzzy kind of things that you see in the sky. But once you see them and once you catch them, you're like, it's like, I gotcha, and it's kind of cool. And, there are things that you could do from the Astronomical League, such as become a master observer. And that's upon completion of 10 of the programs that the Astronomical League has, and you could see all the observational, and that's starting to come out with imaging plans as well. And you can go to astronomicalleague.org, and you can get all of that kind of stuff there. Pretty cool. And so let's talk a little bit about the sponsors, because for those of you that are new to the show, we do give a lot of stuff away for free just for watching and signing up. So if you're not involved with any of the giveaways, feel free to go to www.astroworldweb.com, and you could sign up under contests and go right to the website and sign up for whatever contest you want. Just make sure you sign up for all of them, including the $50 gift certificate to our retail store, AstroWorldTelescopes.com. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors. We do have a couple left still. We have a couple left. We have plenty. And let me tell you something. They're very, the sponsors have been very, very generous to us over the course of the 4 years that we've been doing this. We cannot say thank you enough. It's partly because of them. People keep on returning to see if they won and watching us and being a part of what we do. So thank you to all the sponsors. And our first one is Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes. We just gave away a $50 gift certificate from them. And you know what? We're getting ready to give away our $250 gift certificate in almost a little over 3 months, right? So like the Thanksgiving, we give out a $250 gift certificate to Woodland Hills, and you get whatever you want with it. It's great. So, but we do give away $50 a month on top of that. So, so thank you to Woodland Hills. Followed by Primaluce Lab, Camera Concepts, and Optolong, all who have been very, very generous in the past to help us out with any sort of money for Camera Concepts. Primaluce Lab gave us an Eagle last year to give away, and Optolong, who has been very generous in giving us tons of filters to give away. So thank you so much. Also, Masters of PixInsight and IP4AP. If you don't know who these guys are, and they're all run by the same people, these guys, I'm so like, I got the Brooklyn thing going on. These guys are awesome. I'm telling you. Go to mastersofpixinsight.com, and for $35, you get 2 hours once a month, $35 each time, not $35 for everything, but $35 for each session. 2 hours with 3 of the best in the business with processing your images using PixInsight. So go check it out, www.mastersofpixinsight.com. And IP4AP is another tool that we use, at least a lot of places use, regarding tutorials on also Photoshop and PixInsight. So 2 really good tools to go. And we give away free ones. We give away a free Masters of PixInsight workshop every Friday night, and one year subscription to IP4AP every month. So definitely go check us out and sign up. We also have member sponsors that we got to say thank you to. Our highest level is the Off the Rails members, and that's only on Patreon. So Sean, Bob, and John, thank you so much for being our Off the Rails members and being one of our highest sponsors. So thank you. Quasar members, Dr. Hassan and Chris, again, thank you so much. Black Hole members, Charity George, Mike, Dave, Dan, and Tom. And then Red Giant members, and all these come with perks too. So if you don't get your perks on Patreon, please email me. I've been seeing them kind of lagging a little bit on sending things out. So if you would do a perk and you didn't get one, please email me direct at dan@astroworldweb.com. Main sequence members, I got tons of shirts. So if you want to become a member, please feel free, become a member. And you also get some content that's not on YouTube on there. So there'll be more to come. Our next guest is going to be sometime. It says July up there. Sorry about that, but it's to be announced again. Helena Cochran from Helena's Astrophotography is going to be on soon. Hopefully before her school starts in September. So hopefully within a month she'll be hanging around with us. Followed by Mabula from AstroPixel Processor. Once APP 2.0 comes out, which they're working diligently to get that out, hopefully this quarter, if not fourth quarter, Mabula said he'd be happy to give us a run through on that. So nice. Yeah. And we just hit 30 followers on Twitch. So we just hit 30 followers on Twitch. We have a Twitch following. It's okay. Discord, we're about 130 people on that. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are all over 1,100. So thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the following, please. And if you get a chance, please share the show, hit the like button, do all the stuff that we need to do to make sure we get the word out there. for the show. And that's what we do. We've been doing this 4 years, and we have almost 1,900 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you so much. All right. And that being said, there we go. And playlist. There we go. Beautiful. So tonight, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be going over Sagittarius. I'm going to be going over Scorpius, and Eric's going to be going over Sagittarius, because we're getting towards the end of summer. Unfortunately, again, we're getting into the, well, in all fairness, thank God we're getting through the summer because we got darker nights now. The nights are getting longer. However, we're saying goodbye to some of the lower part of the summer constellations, which means Sagittarius, at the summer triangle, Scorpius, and all of that. So we said before they disappear for this year, why don't we hit them before they go away and you can't catch the stuff? I need to change the Twitter logo to the X logo. Yeah. I don't think Elon's worried about little old me, but I have yet to, I tried to switch over to X on my phone, and it gave me so much trouble. It was so annoying. It was so bad. I still haven't got it working right. I click on it and it still doesn't work. So eventually I'll change it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like let's see. I go to the X, and of course I got two things. So I go to the X, and it keeps on asking me to confirm my identity. It keeps on asking me. I've done this 3 times. So eventually I'll get there. Elon is a very dangerous man. Yeah, well, everybody's dangerous. It's only to the matter of level and money that you have to make it really dangerous.
That's it. It's all about the money.
It's all about follow the cash. Follow the cash.
Exactly.
Okay, so right now what we'll do is I guess I'll start real quick with because Eric started the last time, so I'll start this time. And let's see if I could get this rolling here because it's about 8:20, so we'll figure this out. Let's see, slideshow and from beginning. There we go. We'll get rid of that. Let me minimize this a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. And that. There we go. All right. So quick play. All right, there we go. So tonight what we're working on is for me is Scorpius, and there's a reason why I have Chase Sat Hunter, because really if you take a look at it, the Scorpius constellation follows Orion a little bit. So, and there's a reason for the mythology for that, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So Scorpius history, well, it's pretty interesting because it goes all the way back to the Babylonians. This again was also one of the original 48 that we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. I think Eric and I have both hit on it, that Ptolemy's original 48 constellations. We know that there's 88 constellations in the sky right now, and there is 38 that are considered northern. There are the rest that are considered southern, and believe it or not, Scorpius is actually considered, even though you can see it from northern latitudes, is considered to be a southern hemisphere constellation. It goes all the way back to the Babylonian times. It's really kind of cool how far back this thing goes. So in the Babylonian language, it was actually called Mul-gur-tab, and those are the phonetic way of saying the way they wrote, because they wrote in pictures. All right. Let me get back to here. So here it is, Mul-gur-tab, and that's what it would look like, right? So the Gur sign, that depicts a sword or a dagger. It's used as an element in names of all types of blades and is led to have Scorpius be called the sword of heaven. So that's what the mole part means. Um, the I'm sorry, the tab sign has a really wide range of meanings. It could be used to write a verb, to double or like twin, like Gemini or companion. But there's other common meanings that could be kind of translated that they kind of found out what it might mean. And then maybe a little bit more relevant to Scorpius, where it could also mean to burn up or a fire or a fever or a sting. So the combination of Gur Tab probably means something like sharp weapon or sharp sword or something like that, or burning sting, if you think about it, because the scorpion stinger is sharp. So another reference to the stinger there. So the Mulger tab again, is basically saying, the creature with a burning sting. Because I'm sorry, the Mo was creature, Gur was sword, and tab was the burning. So that's what it means. It was kind of interesting when I heard about that, and I kind of did some research on it. So the brightest star is Antares, or the heart of the scorpion. Sorry. So as far as the Greek mythology is concerned, the story states that Orion, which is again a winter constellation, which is below the horizon for mid-northern latitudes right now. So right now it looks like really the Scorpion is chasing Orion, the hunter. I said chase that hunter, like the title of this demonstration. But Orion boasted to the goddess Artemis and her mother Leto, or Leto, for all you Dune fans out there, that he would kill every animal on Earth. That he went around trying to kill every animal on Earth. So Artemis and Leto sent the Scorpion to kill Orion, and the battle caught the attention of Zeus. Zeus raised again both the combatants to the sky to serve as a reminder to the mortals to curb their excessive pride. So that's how they got up there. So in the wintertime, Orion is chasing the Scorpion, and in the summertime, the Scorpion is chasing Orion. So that's some of the mythology there. Everybody knows I like to do a little history lesson in some of these things. So here we go. So Scorpius pick number one is actually 3 different items in this picture. This is, believe it or not, we always talk about the Rho Ophiuchi cloud complex, right? We talk about this in the summertime. It's one of the most famous wide field picture you can get. It's got wonderful golds, blues, reds, all these clouds, and the dark nebula that's, if you go really wide, that streams out like a tail. Pretty cool, right? But little does anybody think about it. If you look at a map, much of Rho Ophiuchi is in Scorpius, including right here, as you see, this would be the gold part of the Ophiuchi star cloud, is Antares, and the gold part right there, that's the gold part of Rho Ophiuchus. M4, which is the big star cluster in the top left, right up in here, right? Discovered by Philip Lloyd de Chassault in 1745. However, it was cataloged by Charles Messier in 1764, almost 20 years later. It's over 6,000 light years away, and it spans in a radius of 35 light years. Pretty crazy. Like I said, a lot of Rho is in Scorpius, and this is a picture that I took about 2 years ago. So that's one of the things in Scorpius right there. And then NGC 6147, which is right here. This little cluster right here in the middle, right in the middle of M4 and Antares, a little bit low, there's a little cluster right there. It's only 1 degree away from M4, and it has a very low stellar density. It's only a magnitude of 9.63. Oops, sorry. 9.63. And that's it. So just, it's very, very small, but it's got a nice little halo in there. I thought that was pretty cool. The last thing, and it's the biggest cloud right there, is the Antares Nebula, IC4606. It's also called LBN 1107. It's a really big H2 region. So an H2 region, for those of you who don't know what an H2 region is, it's a region of hydrogen, right? That's ionized. So that means it's either gaining or losing these electrons and becoming ionized in a molecular cloud of gas, where star formation has been taking place in recent times. So think about that. These H2 regions are basically, you know, little stellar nurseries that where stars were formed a long, long time ago. And they can, these H2 regions can range from 1 light year to hundreds of light years across, and from a destiny, you are my
Destiny.
destiny. You are my density.
Density.
So and it can have a density from a few to about 1 million particles per cubic centimeter. How small that is, it's crazy. So it's very, very dense. Pretty cool. Dan Scorpius pick number 2. This is a picture taken by Eric Watson of the Blue Horsehead Nebula. And you can make out
Who's that loser?
Yeah, I don't know. Who is that guy? I don't know, but he's got to remember to put his name across the bottom of the picture.
I did put my name on
across so you can read it.
Oh, so I can read it. Yeah. Okay.
So the Blue Horsehead Nebula is a very cool wide field kind of picture here. It's called the Blue Horsehead because it looks like a blue horsehead. The brightest star is the eye and the snout, and it comes across with some nice. Eric was able to pull out some really nice dark nebula towards the back, so I thought that was pretty cool. It's 420 light years away. It's also a reflection nebula. I think it's an intermediate object as far as imaging is concerned, because you know, not for nothing, it's very, Eric, you could hit on this. It's a dark, low brightness nebula.
Yes.
How much time did you put into this?
Into that one, that was taken with my Rokinon 135 because it is such a bright, such a wide field object. And I want to say it wasn't a huge amount. It was probably somewhere about 4 or 5 hours.
So then let me ask you a question. I
could have put in a lot more.
That was going to be my next question for you. So if you were to return to this object with the same setup, the Rokinon 135, you know, I think is that f1.8 if I remember right?
It is. It's
f1.8. So it's pretty fast. You know, even though it's wide, it's pretty fast. And this is 5 hours of data or thereabouts. So if you were to go back to this object and redo or add more, how much more do you think you would want to add before you said, maybe I'm done?
I'll probably double it.
So 10 to 15, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
So there you go. So be prepared to put some time into this object. It's really dim. And if you want to get those nice streamers of the dark nebula that kind of makes its shape into that horse head, be prepared to put some time into this one.
Yep.
It's also pretty low for mid-northern. It's not very high. It's very low. Just remember that if you're shooting at about 40 degrees like me, it may be below some houses by the time you get done. So just be prepared.
I was actually lucky enough that image was done in New Mexico. So I was pretty, you know, so that's how I was able to get that, you know, even for 4 hours.
Nice.
You know, so, yeah.
Number three. And Eric, you know what this is, right?
if I can. Let's see. That one is. Oh, that's the cat's paw.
Nope.
No, it looks like the cat's paw.
Eric actually
Oh
mentioned.
gosh, it's I'm drawing a. Dang it! You put me on the spot. I'm drawing a blank.
Eric's got stage right here. So
Yeah, no kidding.
So this is actually something that Eric was making fun of once, because why would you call this the War and Peace Nebula? Why?
Yes,
And
God.
it's also known as the lobster
the
claw.
lobster claw.
I'm sorry, the lobster nebula,
Lobster.
not the lobster claw. The lobster claw was actually the other one. What is that, by the Bubble Nebula over there?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, or it's also called the War and Peace. So I don't know where that comes from, but there you go. I couldn't figure out where that came from. It's NGC 6357. Really cool SHO picture here. This nebula includes also open cluster Pismis 24. Funny name, but it's called Pismis 24. I have a picture of that coming up in a second. It's a diffuse nebula. This photo was made by Galaxies of the Universe on Reddit. So thank you for that, for allowing me to use that photo. It's 5,500 light years away. And Pismis 24. Now that's Pismis 24. So Pismis 24 is actually pretty cool. And personally, it kind of resembles to me the pillars of creation a little bit, at least one of them. It's pretty kind of cool. And if I go back one photo, it's literally right in the center, right where those bright stars are, is where Pismis 24 is. So if you want to be prepared to have a 12-inch or better to kind of bring out this detail. But it's home to several massive stars, and one of the brightest stars of this cluster is Pismis 24-1, obviously, because like 24 Alpha. This was supposedly the most massive star in history. Remember, we were talking about solar masses?
Yeah.
Okay. This was approaching 300 solar masses. So try packing 300 of our suns in a little package the size of the sun. That's how massive this thing is. However, recently it was discovered that the Pismis 24-1 was a trinary system, and it's got 3 stars around there, and they still are 100 solar masses each, approximately, which still makes even 100 solar mass star the most massive star on record right now. So pretty cool. All right. And speaking of which, we have the cat's paw. The cat's paw is, of course, the cat's paw. It's in Scorpius, right? NGC 6334. It's an emission nebula. This photo is by Fluxa, and as opposed to Flarxa. Yeah. but this is a little bit over 4,000 light years away. And whoops. And I again, another great SHO picture by Fluxa. It's right in the heart of Scorpius, so don't be afraid to take a shot at this guy. It's a little small, but it's actually a pretty cool. I'm gonna try and get this one next year, not this year. It's gonna be too low for me. Number 5, the Bug. The Bug Nebula. There you go. It's 6302. Now, this nebula, believe it or not, this picture, even though it looks to maybe a tad out of focus here, this was taken with an 11-inch edge, if I remember right, 11-inch SCT. So be prepared to have some long focal length to grab this out. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. This one was not. Yeah, this is the Edge 11. It's the Edge 11. So Thank you, Antonio Carlos, for your picture. And 3,400 light years away. And pretty cool, but it's very, very small. If you take a look at NGC 6302 with like, I don't know, like a Takahashi 106 or something, this thing is tiny. So you're going to want to put on some focal length with this one. Lastly, I have my overlooked object pick. And look at how nice this picture is. And not a lot of people image this. This is called the Prawn Nebula. And it's I think it's pretty old. I think it's got some great oxygen, great hydrogen, nice balance. It's 6,000 light years away, and this was taken with the Takahashi 106. So I think it's just a little bit over 500 millimeters in focal length. So you could get some really good imaging on this thing. This image was taken by Dietmar Koch. Another stellar nursery. Remember we were talking about where protostars are born? Well, here you go. You want to do some more protostar stuff from work? Look at all the blue stars in there. I mean, they're all young protostars. It's an emission nebula. And I believe that, let's see what else. Okay, so no, I see for you. No, that's it. So that is my overlooked pick for Scorpius. And that I believe it is that.
Nice.
And we are
Nicely
back.
Nicely done, man. I will present mine in a little bit.
Yeah, no problem. So I mean, really cool images and really cool stuff. I know a lot of the stuff in Scorpius we knew about, but that Prawn Nebula, even though that it has been photographed a little bit, but I think it's kind of one of those things that no one ever talks about. And I think it was a kind of cool object to kind of look at. Thank you, Newman. Thank you so much. If you want that picture, I can grab that for you if you want. Thanks for showing everything I can't image. Why not, Tom? What do you want, Charity? I don't know. I guess you want that picture. I can send that to you, Charity. I have it. I have your email. So yeah, so we're sitting here and we're talking about Scorpius is a really cool constellation. I just thought it was really interesting about all the history about Scorpius and how it came about, and it was thrown up to the sky by Zeus so they could chase each other through eternity. And I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, I was really gonna put I think it was either Fahrenheit, no, not Fahrenheit 451. Was it Hangar 18, if I remember right? Where there was like these giant scorpions chasing after these guys, and I was gonna throw that on there, but I didn't put a movie thing in it. Although I didn't get a copyright strike for the Clash of the Titans because it was only like 3 seconds. But
Right, yeah.
But would you believe I got not a copyright strike, but a warning for my Giotto video for the music that I purchased.
You gave credit, right?
Yeah, of course I did. I got him taking it. I got him fixing it, but it's just annoying.
Wow. Okay. That's Oh
man, this thing is on my nose. So yeah, so I'm wearing my glasses tonight because I have to read. So and you know what? Not for nothing. Somebody keeps on. I can't wait to find this person. Somebody keeps on trying to put some porn on my AstroWorld website under the blog.
I keep crashing so much stuff on there.
Oh man, I keep on trashing every day.
It's stupid, but yeah.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Nothing. Not a thing. So I'm thinking about, let's see, can someone critique a pick for me? Can email. Yes, absolutely, Charlie. Feel free to send it to Dan at astroworldweb.com. We could definitely take a look at your pick for you and see what you got. Or you could throw it in the is there a drive still for a drive folder for critique? I believe there is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
that's
if you
still there.
want, I could send the link to the drive folder because I don't recognize your name. It looks like we may have a new person here, maybe or just a quiet person. So welcome, Charlie, and I will put the link for the Google Drive that we use for critique. Give me 1 second. I'll do that for you. Drive. My drive. Astropod. Critique. Share. Copy link. There we go. It's Cosmic Charlie in disguise. I wish. There you go. There's the link for the Google Drive. I wonder if I haven't even been in there in a while. Let's see if there's anything in the uncritiqued. There's a couple in there. Starlancer threw a couple in there. And Dave Schaefer threw a couple in there. Whew. Excuse me, I apologize. All right. Why is it?
So okay, I'm almost done here, so we can. It's almost finished. Last one. I was gonna say, like I was telling you earlier, it's been a crazy day. And yeah, so I think I'm good.
Okay. Cool.
So, all right, let me come here.
All right, so Eric is going to be doing Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sagittarius.
I make Eric big now. There you go.
Make me big. Me big.
Yeah, you got a question about your shirt, I guess. I guess they're not used to the shirt.
Yes, so. Tom. I was late doing my homework. I was late.
The dog ate his homework.
But yeah, I've got 3 dogs and they all ate my homework. So
they were hungry.
Yeah, they were hungry. So let's go ahead and get started here. Toggle screen sharing. And share. All right.
Nice.
So let's now move a little over to Sagittarius, which is, I think they're right next to one another. Sagittarius and Scorpion are right next to one another. So, all right. So about Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is actually the largest constellation in the Southern Hemisphere and the 15th largest constellation overall. And it's covering a massive area, over 867 degrees. It is massive. So Sagittarius, just like Scorpius, was recorded in the 2nd century by the Greek astronomer Ptolemy. And Sagittarius is actually Latin for archer. And Sagittarius, where it's positioned, is at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And the galaxy is at its densest point while it makes its way through Sagittarius. So very cool. So very interesting stuff. It's information here with its right ascension and declination. And here in the north, for us, as far as our visibility, for both the north and the south, southern hemispheres, it's visible between 55 degrees and negative 90 degrees. So negative 90 degrees south. So that's 90 degrees south. And for us here in the north, it can be best viewed in August. So this time of year, around 9 o'clock. And the constellation's brightest stars, and there's quite a few. Sagittarius has quite a few bright stars. They form a star pattern or an asterism called the teapot, which we see here, which I highlighted. And there are 3 other stars, Delta, Epsilon, and Lambda Sagittarius, that they come together to form the archer's bow. So if we didn't know, as a reminder, what an asterism is, it is a grouping of stars that actually make a constellation or a shape or a star pattern. And this one is almost like a constellation in a constellation. So you have I'm a little teapot. Now, as far as the mythology or the story of how we got Sagittarius, there has been, I was doing some research, and there's been a bit of a confusion regarding who is actually being represented in the constellation. It's because in Greek mythology, there are 2 famous archers that are immortalized in the stars. One is Chiron, but he is the centaur, and he's the famous trainer of heroes like Jason and Hercules. But like I said, his constellation is Centaurus. Sagittarius is in recognition of Krotos, who is known as the inventor of archery. Krotos was a satyr, which is a creature with the head and body of a man and the torso and legs of a goat. Sometimes they even have horns. And he was the son of the nature god Pan and Eupheme, and he dwelt on Mount Helicon, and he kept the company of the Muses, who his mother took care of. So Krotos was renowned for being both a great, excellent hunter and devoted to the Muses and what they did, the arts. They're, music, art, all that stuff. So he is credited not only with inventing archery, but being the first to use illumination for hunting animals. And he is also said to have introduced applause, where he would clap his hands as the Muses were singing. And this was shown as a sign of acclaim, preferable to anything spoken. And to commemorate his diligence to the Muses, they asked Zeus to place him among the stars, which he did, forming the constellation Sagittarius. So now we'll talk about some deep sky objects, and some of these are what I would maybe consider some well-known objects, and some pretty surprising stuff here. There is a lot of stuff in Sagittarius. Too much stuff for me to point out or share or anything like that. There are 15 of Messier's 110 objects alone in this guy. And what I have done is I've shared some images here. I've taken one of these images. The top one is M8 and M20, the Lagoon Nebula and the Trifid Nebula, which I took with my Rasa. M17, courtesy of Chuck Ayub. M24, which is known as the small Sagittarius cloud, which in this pit photo here from JJ Lasada, you can still see quite a bit. You can see the lagoon, you can see the Trifid, you can see the M17, the Omega or Horseshoe Nebula. There's so much in this constellation. You can spend a ton of time in this constellation and grab some great objects. Also, there is NGC 6822 that I also found in Astrobin, and that one's known as Bernard's Galaxy. Now, also, I spent a little bit of time trying to find some not so well I'm in obscure targets, and some of these were actually pretty cool. The first one here, right in the middle, it was actually a new discovery that was discovered by Marcel Drechsler, which is a combination. It's called the Berenstein Nebula and Supernova Remnant, and he spent a lot of time working from a remote observatories in Chile to grab this object, which is, I think, absolutely amazing. You also have, courtesy of Sirius Skies, LBN 86. For you all who have long focal length scopes, you may want to consider Abell 66, which is a planetary nebula, courtesy of Jerry McCone, which I also found on AstroBen. And this was a really cool, bright nebula with some also some other nebulosity. NGC 6559, courtesy of GMAD Cat, also in AstroBen. So there are a lot of objects you can go after. You can go after the Messiers and the more common ones, or you can take a few that are off the beaten path if you can find them. You can definitely use AstroBen and look up by constellation different objects and see if they're something that you want to really go after here during the summer, and put that on your target list. So, all right, so that's what I have here for Sagittarius. So awesome. And let me go stop sharing here. Cool. So all that work in less than what, 5 minutes?
Oh yeah, well, I was ready to see I saw the frame for not so common targets, so I was waiting for more.
Oh, you're waiting for more? Yeah. That's some pretty cool stuff in there. So
yeah, no, absolutely.
It's a lot. That is a busy constellation.
It's and it better, to be honest with you. Number one, and it goes to show to some of the things that we've spoken about regarding the disparity between southern constellation, the number of southern constellations, and the number of northern constellations. 38 in the northern, 50 in the southern. So let's think about that for a second. So if Sagittarius is one of the largest ones,
the largest in the southern sky,
in the southern hemisphere. I mean, I'm wondering, and I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm wondering how many constellations in the northern hemisphere equate to the size of Sagittarius. I am sure that many of them do, including some of the biggest. I mean, Draco, Andromeda, Ursa Major. I mean, those are some big constellations. So part of that, I think, is the larger the I just think we got, we go big or go home in the north, and and that's why we only have 38 considered 38 northern constellations in the north. So everybody apparently wants me to ban Charity.
No, don't you dare.
I think Charity was trying to ban herself. But yeah, so Charity.
Yeah, like Dave saying, the southern gets the two Magellanic clouds. Yeah, they get some really cool stuff. I mean, they get the dragons. I mean, we got one dragon. They've got two that are actually fighting. We've got the flying dragon up here. So there is so much in the south that you can grab, and that is really, really cool.
Kitty put Charity in timeout, it looks like.
One thing I also wanted to talk about a little bit is I've been having conversations with a new Schmidt-Cassegrain owner.
Okay.
He has he's reached out to me over the Edge HD users group over on Facebook. And we've been talking a lot about collimation. And for those who are new, welcome to our to the program. You know, Fridays we talk about newbie stuff and intro to stuff and learning. So when it comes to collimation is basically the alignment of your mirrors if you're using a reflector telescope like a Schmidt-Cassegrain or a Newtonian or a CDK or a Ritchie-Creechan. You are collimating, which is basically you're aligning those two mirrors, your primary, which is usually in the back, and your secondary, which is usually in the front of your OTA.
Yep.
You're lining them up in order for you to get perfectly round stars in your images. That is the goal. Nice, tight, round stars. And there's different ways that people collimate depending on the telescope that they have. And one of my favorite YouTubers who we're going to be showcasing in Astropalooza is Dylan O'Donnell down at the Byron Bay Observatory in Australia. And he is also part of, I don't know if he's still part of it, but he was also part of Team Celestron. He has Ross. He's had.
I think he's still on. I think he's still on that team. I could be wrong, but I know they flew him down to Neath 2 years ago.
A few years ago.
To talk. So I mean, I think that I think he's still on that team, but you know.
Yeah, and I can't wait to have him on because he is the man. He is absolutely freaking hilarious.
I'm going to and
so much fun.
And Trevor, if you're watching,
Trevor, yes,
if you're watching, Trevor,
come hang with your boy Dylan.
12 days, 13 days, I'm coming for you. So I'm gonna knock on your teardrop and I'm gonna go, Trevor, it's Dan. I'll be like,
yep.
I'll do like a what was it? Sheldon. Trevor. You know, so but yeah, so I'm gonna try and get him. I'm trying to get him to come on Astropalooza as well.
Bazinga.
So
anyway, so there are so many different tools when it comes to a Schmidt-Cassegrain. I won't say so many, but there are lots of different tools when it comes to trying to collimate, right? A Schmidt-Cassegrain, just like it is with the Newtonian. With the Newtonian, you can, I believe, also correct me if I'm wrong. You can use it both on an RC. I think you can use a Cheshire.
Yep, you can.
You know,
it's not advised on an RC, but I mean, you can.
Yeah, you can use the Howie Glatter, which is, for the Newtonians or for the RCs. They're not and Howie Glatters are laser collimators.
Yep.
They are not recommended for Schmidts. One of the best ways still to collimate in, overall is via star test or doing it by a bright star, and doing it during the full moon, so you're not, taking away from your imaging time, stuff like that. But I've used so many I've used the Tribatanoff mask. I still use the Tribatanoff mask. I've even created a video on my channel talking about the Tribatanoff mask and using that for SCT collimation. You got the OCal, which is the camera, the Chinese-made camera collimator, which you can do indoors. As well as speaking indoors, you got the Hotech, which is super expensive, the Hotech laser collimator, which you've played around with there, Dan. I think once or twice.
Yeah, the OCal.
The Hotech.
Oh, the Hotech. The Hotech's really good. I mean, it gets you really, really, really close. If you're really proficient at it, it will get you dead on. It's to the point where you sit there and you go verify with the star test, and you're like, oh, maybe I could just turn it, 1/32 of a turn,
Yeah.
if you're really anal with it, you might be able to see a little bit of a difference with the star test. But for your intermediate to beginner user, you're going to be dead on. It's going to be good. Just make sure that your lasers themselves on the Hotech are straight. If the lasers are not straight and screwed in on the back, then Charlie Ford sent me the picture for critique, so we can look at that in a second. But yeah, the Hotech's really good. I actually have a video on that as well on my channel. That was me. That was way back in the day. That was me.
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day. It's one of the Oh, she wanted to have a timeout. Oh, Charity's
Put
back.
me in my place.
Charity's back. Charity got taken out of the corner. So, but yeah, no, the Hotech's really good. Like with the Schmidt Cassegrain regular, I'll go with you. Either use the Hotech. The Hotech's it's expensive. It's expensive.
It is. It's over like $500.
Yeah, and here's the thing for you smaller SCT users, which means under 7¼ inches. So anything above 8, you're fine. If you're under 7¼ inches, the lasers won't have enough room to exit the tube, so you cannot use the Hotech on anything under like a 6-inch Schmidt. Can't use it. 6-inch RC, can't use it. So all you 6-inch users or 7-inch max can't use it. So just be careful and read the descriptions of the Hotech before you pluck down $500-600. But if you have an 8-inch, 9¼ 11 up to a 14-inch,
yes,
get it.
And I tell you, out of all of the reflector type telescopes, and I will agree with Starlancer here, is one of the easiest to collimate, if not the easiest to collimate of the reflector telescopes, for the simple fact that you only need to align the secondary. You only need to align the secondary to the primary. You do not have to manipulate or do any type of collimation to the primary and the secondary, as well as the focuser, like say maybe for a Ritchie-Cretan, for example. You have to align the focuser, primary and secondary. I believe for the CDK, and if Mark's on, maybe he can speak to that because he's got a CDK. As far as the collimation for that, but they are some of the coolest. But I've been working with this gentleman for past week, helping him out, showing him my rig and giving him recommendations, talking about should he go with an OAG because he has an 8-inch.
Okay.
Going with an OAG, or should he go with a guide scope? I personally told him, even though I do have OAGs and stuff like that, for me, and putting with this guy, as small as the 8-inch is, a guide scope, in my opinion, is perfectly fine. I don't think you'll get the flexure that that everybody else talks about from an 8-inch Schmidt as you would say, well, like with an 11-inch.
Yeah.
Something
and you
like
also
that.
got to remember also as well, you really, at longer focal. Listen, the rules of guiding to me have changed since I started playing around with astrophotography quite a bit. I mean, there is no way in hell 25 years ago you would think about going guide scope at 2,000 millimeters. You wouldn't even think about it. You do a manual guiding with a joystick and slow motion controls, and that's what you were doing. But now and Eric hit me up on this, because the sensitivity of the cameras is so incredible, and the speed now at which your guiding program, whatever that may be, PhD2, MetaGuide, SkyGuide, SkyX, whatever you use, T-Point, max point, whatever you decide to use, it doesn't matter. But the speed at which the guide camera can now transfer that data, not only from your computer, from your computer to your mount, is so fast now.
Yeah.
You could get away with a lot more than you could get away with 20 years ago. You know, we always talk about that 1-to-1 ratio, right?
It's that constant improvement, that constant innovation, that constant improvement that's leading you to where we are now.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And maybe not in my lifetime. I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe one day, maybe David Wright will get his wish, who's been on the show twice, and guiding will finally die. So we got to get him back on the show. We have a lot of interesting people, and come in after the summer's done, when everybody's back. I'll start hitting people up for guests again. We've had, for those of you that are new to the show, I see a couple of new names in the chat already. We've had guests on the show going from Ron Breacher, Sean Nielsen, Amy Astro, Nico Carver. We've had old Adam Block. I mean, you know, Charles Bracken. I mean, I can go on and on and on with the list of people. Now, we've been in a little draw of guests recently because a lot of traveling has been going on this summer. So that being said, that leaves less room for guests and honestly more room for the members. And we're going to bring back the return of member night. But we do have that picture from a new member, Charlie.
Charlie, critique. Yeah,
Charlie critique. And at first look, I mean, I just saw it really quick for a second. I'm telling you, we're not going to have a lot to critique here, to be honest with you, but we'll throw it up there anyway because it is a nice picture. I'll tell you right now, and I'll
go for it.
Stats in a second. Let me find it again. There it is. There we go.
The bat.
The bat,
or the xenophobe, whichever you want to call it. Sometimes they call it the flying bat, or they call it or sometimes they call it the xenophobe, the alien.
I don't know. I call it the Eastern Veil.
You can't see if you turn this vertical. If you can turn this vertical, you can see the xenophobe from Aliens. It's like
yeah. Here's the head and the tail, and I could see that. Let's see the layers. Where's Eric? I miss Eric. There you are.
Here I am.
Hey. It is.
Yeah,
live.
I mean, honestly, I see round stars. I see really great detail in supernova remnant and the nebulosity. I see really nice, mixture of the O3 and the HA.
Okay, just to give you some stats on this real quick.
Yeah.
This was taken with a really good scope. So it's with a Esprit 100 with a 294 MC and an Optolong L Extreme on an EQ6R.
Okay.
Stacked in PixInsight, ASI Air, EAF. It looks like, 5 minutes. It looks like 1,100 minutes. If I'm doing my math right, 288 5 minutes. So that's 1,400 minutes. So what is that? I don't even know how many hours that is.
We have some comments here. Gideon saying it's maybe a little bit too dark, so maybe a bit high on the contrast, perhaps. But Starlancer is also mentioning there may be because this you have such a dense star field here with where the veil is. Maybe a little bit of star reduction, which is not a big deal. I mean, I still think this is pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Gideon a little bit. And again, I'm always, I don't know, maybe Eric's Paul Abdul, I'm Simon Cowell. I don't know. That's the thing we got. but I do. I think you know what? I think he 20. Now that I know how much data is in this,
Charlie did 24 hours. My
yeah, I
God,
saw
24 hours.
23.3. I think I saw something 24. So that being said, there is a lot of data left on the table here. So there's a lot of data left, and I think that's part of clipping the darks, where Gideon is right, where the dark round. Man, my mouth is the background is so dark it's clipping the data in the veil.
In the veil.
Because you could see right here, and I'll zoom in a little bit. You could see the data right here. It's gone. There's so much more here. There is so much more there. And
Hey, Josh, if you want to send something over, go for it, bud.
And what I was talking about was, and I've been taking from Ron. I've been taking lessons from Ron Breacher for years, and Sean Nielsen, as great friends of the show. But to get that background at that about 10 to 15% gray, not totally black, will totally re-stretch your image. And Charlie, if you want to send over in that folder the XISF, we'll take a look at that live on the show and open it up in Pix Insight and see. Again, it'll be really quick. We're not going to do crazy extensive processing on it, but we can re-stretch it and see what we got. So feel free to do that. But I think Eric's right. I think that the stars look great. I think that maybe the L Extreme washed out some of the colors of the star. Sorry, the L Enhance or whatever you used, washed out the colors. That's one of the bad things about narrow banding and star color. The star color and narrow banding wipes out a lot of the colors in the stars. You'll see a little bit, but they're not as vibrant as they should be. And what you could do, since you have the 294 MC, is to take some RGB data of the stars, regular without the filter. And then what you could do is you could use the star colored data and layer that on top of the existing stars you have now, and you'll get natural color stars with a narrow band image, which is pretty darn cool. So you definitely want to try that out.
Starlancer is asking, what's the link again for the drive for the critique?
I'll send it again. Give me a second.
Yeah, because here, if just, I'm just using this as an example. If I'm going to, when I get a chance here. Oh, you're sharing. Yeah, you're still sharing. So
yeah, I'm getting it off.
No worries.
Nope, we're good.
So here we are. You got this?
Yep.
You see it? All right. So here was one of my latest. This is the Ghost Nebula. And you can tell because I did two different versions. And then you guys decide on which one I actually put and stuck with. So.
Right. Yep. Look at all that IFN in there. Look at it.
This is the one I stuck with.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I hit the I didn't stretch it. I eased up on the stretching a bit more, and I really pushed the contrast. And it was, in the end, talking, and I was just like a lot of other folks, we're always critiquing ourselves so much harder. And I was even getting opinions from my wife on which one. And she even agreed with me. This one was the best.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, if you take a look at the background on that on Pix Insight, right? I guarantee you that's a lot brighter than 10% gray. And that's okay. It's just a starting point because each image is going to be different. And in this case, the case that Eric's showing right now with the Ghost of Cassiopeia, I believe,
No, this is the ghost in Cepheus. This is near.
Sorry, Cepheus.
Yeah,
Ghost.
this is the Ghost Nebula near the Iris Nebula.
Gotcha.
Not far from
You know, and this requires, to me, in my opinion, to be a little bit brighter, to bring out all that extra dust and gas around it, and I think it really adds to the picture in this case.
Yeah, because this was one I was like, really, shouldn't I, and all of that stuff.
Oh, look at the detail you got in there. Now you zoomed in.
Now that I've zoomed in, yeah.
Look at that.
And this was, I was using Blur Exterminator. You know, this is LRGB. Using Blur Exterminator, I was going back and forth using Star Exterminator, ripping, you know, stars out, going back and forth. So,
yep.
So yeah, it was.
That's pretty.
It was something. That was it was an
Yeah,
was an experiment.
I'm just hoping to this weekend to finish up those 2 pictures I took.
Yeah, you know, and this was really surprising because when I went over here, and if you see this area here, how it's so much darker.
Oh, let me make you bigger
in this
again.
top left corner. In this top left corner here.
Yep.
On the 11 o'clock space.
Yep. See,
that's what told me. That's what told me that going this route was too much.
Yep, I agree.
That was a big indicator for me.
I'd be curious to see what in that dark space right there in that 11 o'clock area, what the reading is on PixInsight is in that dark area. I'm curious.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can. I can
look at it. Now. I'm just curious.
No. I said, you know, at some point maybe I'll do that. You know, so I can. You know, I'll let you know. But it's just these are the things as we were talking about contrast and the sky background and things like that. That in your comments about mentioning Ron, that I'm learning a little bit more through you when you're meeting with Ron and then you're passing on that that knowledge to say yeah. So that's why I wanted to share this and
you know what and you know I can't belittle the influence that Sean Nielsen has also had with my processing. Because
Sean's my man.
The both of them together, it's like a powerful, it's like a 1-2, you know, it's like unbelievable. So if you're looking for lessons, they both do lessons. You know, it depends on the price, what the price they give you. I'm not going to talk about price, but they do lessons. And you could go to Masters of PixInsight and you could go to astrodoc.ca, which is Ron's website, or visibledark.ca, and that's Sean's website. So you can book time with them. And he actually uploaded the XISF as well. So we could play around with this for a little bit if you want.
All right.
Let me see if I can download it real quick. Refresh. Charlie Ford.
I mean, and I've been learning so much more just us hanging out, getting info from our viewer membership and others to when I made the transition from one-shot color to monochrome. It's, it's insane. It's insane the differences. It really is because
you know what the biggest thing with forget about we know about the sensitivity, the Bayer matrix, all that kind of stuff that kind of lowers the sensitivity of the camera and the color cameras opposed to the monochrome. But just the inherent, none of us live at least with the exception of Mark Ellis, none of us live in a desert where we're border one skies, you know what I mean, where there's no gradients, right?
Yeah.
Most of us on average live in a 5, 6, or 7. Right?
Agreed.
So that being said, once you go to monochrome and now you're only taking images of certain wavelengths of light, you're taking the red, the blue, and the green separate, right? With the exception of the luminance where you get everything, and that's why. But that's, you got to remember, that's where you get all your data too. So that's
where you get
a
all
lot
the data.
that's where you get all
detail.
your detail, yeah, from the luminance. But you get inherent light pollution benefit of doing the colors separately, even though it takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit longer time, and it does. But it's taking longer time monochrome, but in color, I guarantee you, if you're not doing narrowband, if you're just doing one-shot color, you're taking shorter exposures in the one-shot color than you are in the monochrome of their color counterparts. So,
yeah,
you know, so you may be taking, like, I can't do anything more than 30 seconds one-shot color on Long Island. As a matter of fact, probably closer to 15, 20. Right? With red, green, or blue separately, I could go up to 2-3 minutes. Big difference. But anyway, let's take a look at Charlie's image here. I got it loaded up.
Okay. Yeah.
And we'll get rid of the rejection. We can take a look at it and see if there's you got some pixels here. You got some hot pixels here. You got what's going on here? A little funkiness in the rejection. Looks like you might have got a bad sub in there somewhere. Low should be almost nothing. Yeah, looks like you're stacking some pictures. You might want to blink your pictures before you do it, because you got some rejection in there that looks like bad subs. But let's take a look and see. All right, so I'm going to hit the control button and the stretch to get a more natural kind of thing here. Okay. And then we'll just do a real quick ABE. How about that? We'll do a little automated background. Just really quick.
Have you tried GrapX yet? Graxpert yet?
Nope, not yet.
It's pretty cool. It is really cool.
And we'll just do the automatic background extractor, just real quick. And we'll just do real quick subtraction on it. Doesn't look like a lot there, but we'll do it anyway. Okay. Why is this in sticky mode? Go away. Okay, and let's take a look what it took out.
Yeah, so it's quite a bit.
It's a bit. It's not ugly. It's not bad. You got some red in the middle, some green it took out, but it's not bad.
Yeah. But it did take out some nice chunk of background.
And we'll do a control. Hit the control button again, and we'll do a stretch to get a unlinked stretch, right? And then we're just going to do a quick stretch. We're not going to do anything else. We'll just do a quick stretch and see. So process, all processes, histogram transformation, right there. And now let's see what we could do. And we're going to track and reset. And then the only thing, I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just going to bring it on over. I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to bring it on over again. Now, I don't know if you could see this on the on YouTube, because the resolution on YouTube sucks. But you see these white lines. There's 25, 50, 75, and 100. There's four lines here. So right in the middle, there's a real dim line right here. You can see it on your computer, I'm sure, but that's at about the 12%, kind of. That's half of 25, 12.5%. So we're just going to move the peak to the 12. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to push all the way up to the base until I start clipping right down here. I'm losing right now 339 pixels. And if I move forward, see how it goes. You don't want to clip all that. So, 300, 500 is fine, but let's get it back up to the 12 again, somewhere around there. And then I'm just going to do the preview. Let's see how it looks. Oh, got to turn off the screen stretch.
Yeah, you got to turn off. Yeah, you got to turn off STF.
There you go. So again, now let's pull up the picture. Where's the picture of this picture? And again, this is without looking at everything. And let's see. Come on. Get rid of the histogram transformation. Get rid of this. I was looking at Marcel Marceau before somebody said something. Where'd the picture go? Where did my picture go?
Where'd the picture go?
And this is, of course, without kind of color matching or anything. Okay, so there we go. So there's that pick. And where's
And go back to Pix Insight.
Trying to find it.
Top.
There we go.
Yep. Did you kill your histogram transformation?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Process for. Oh, it looks
There
good.
we go.
That looks okay.
Okay.
And then we'll apply it.
So let's bring it on over. Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll turn off. Okay. And we'll make it fast rotate, right?
Yep.
And then
It's probably off to the side. Probably got to scroll.
yeah, I got it.
Oh no, still doing stuff. It's still doing something.
Yeah, it's slowly rotating. Oh God, really? Damn Windows. This is why you shouldn't run a show and do Pix Insight at the same time. But I might have to get out of Pix Insight. Wait,
how much RAM are you got in that thing?
I got plenty.
Oh, there it goes. That's what I'm
plenty.
saying. It's just
But
all right.
You got to remember that the RAM on this. I'm gonna do it one more time. Let it do it one more time. I got a lot of RAM. Kind of. This is taking up the show takes up like I have it set up to 90 on it, 90%.
Oh.
Just so the streaming is okay. Let's just wait for this to turn again. Now again, this is without taking out the stars or doing anything. But I'm looking already on the left-hand side a little bit here. All this stuff could come out still. Looks like you did a good job of getting it out anyway. Let's see if I make this a little bigger. Oh, really, that's as big as it gets. I'm just looking to see. Yeah, I think if we did a little bit more with this, I wish I had your project file so we could restretch the send the project file, not just this, because you did a lot more to this than what I did. Looks like you did a lot of sharpening, and maybe LHE or Blur Exterminator was done, but there's other stuff that could have been done here. If you want to send the project file, that would work a lot better. To be honest with you, I'm sorry if I said XISF. What's going on in the chat?
Tarek was asking which Bortle Sky?
It was Bortle 8.
Okay.
Bortle 8, 24 hours. 30 flats, 30 darks with an Esprit 100 and a 294 MC. So that being said, yeah, if you could send the project file, send me the project file. We could back up from all the other projects that you did. But the image looks really, really good, though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, especially for Bortle 8.
Yeah, I think you could definitely get some more data out of it by just go back in there and go back to your last histogram transformation and see what you did. And then if you know anything about the History Explorer, you're able to go back in time on that picture and get to that last histogram stretch. And just see if you can bring it up, just up a little bit. May not even need a lot, just a little bit up. And I think you'll be able to kind of get up there. And we got Josh, who sent some pictures up as well. Let's see. Astropod. Critique. Let's see. Josh's 4-ax. Let's see. Quick play. There we go. And here's the 4-ax by Josh.
And that's a new process.
New palette. Yep.
New palette, right? Yeah. Got quite a bit of, you can see quite a bit of dark nebulosity in there.
Yeah, you can.
Quite a bit.
And I know this is Josh's style, so Josh, don't take this the wrong way. I just think the sharpening may be a little too heavy-handed. It just looks almost not real here to me. It looks very, making the darks too kind of processed to me. Everything else looks kind of, real, and then you get to the center and it's like,
yeah,
that's just me. Everything else, everything looks great. It's a great picture. I like it. It's very, but it looks almost, I know, and I don't want to say anything about it. I know it's Josh's style because, and I like what he does. He actually is a picture of the month winner with the Seagull Nebula. But it just seems a little heavy-handed, maybe on the Blur Exterminator here and in the center of the Trifid. I think the dark nebula is just too dark. That's just again my opinion.
Yeah,
the stars do look phenomenal. They look really, really nice.
It
looks like he was able to. And Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you're using the red cat on this as well, still with the 183.
Yes, very nice tight stars.
Josh White, Alden. Yeah, Norm, you'll get yours. Don't worry. Yeah, let us know a little bit on the
No.
One
send in your images, please. If you've got this type of stuff and you've processed, and you start sending in your finished images, your finished processed images that you put in 10, 4, 10, whatever. I don't care how many hours you put. It could have been 2 hours. I don't care of integration time you put into this or processing, post-processing. Share them in the into the contest. You never know. You might be surprised.
You got to be in it to win it, right?
You got to be in it to win it. You just never know.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to buy my freaking lotto ticket for the $1.5 billion whatever.
There's another $1 billion lotto?
Nobody won.
Wow. Because I don't, and you know what? I honestly, I don't play.
There was a
I don't play
$1
the
million
lottery.
winner right in the next town over from me.
Yeah. Oh wow, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I'm not a gambler much, really. So.
I'm not a gambler either. I buy, every once in a while. If it's not over $100 million, it's just not worth it to me.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't want to
I
give
will agree
somebody.
with you there.
I'd rather give Eric the $20 than But this is a different palette that Josh did, a little different. And here,
Oh wow,
even
that's different
a
too.
little different, right? But here,
Yeah.
even with the pink in here, I think the centers of the nebula look better here than in the other one.
I kind of like this one.
I do like this one.
I love the background. I mean, you've got some nice star reduction here compared to the other one that I really appreciate, because I can really see these open clusters a lot better, because you got that open cluster right there. I think you got a globular over at the top and towards 11 o'clock. You can see those so much better.
Yep, I agree. This is a combination with RGB from the T7 as well. So it's two different cameras.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. Oh my God, I got my first new follower on AstroBin in like a year. I haven't put any pictures up, so it's like.
That's what I was gonna say. How long has it been since you put something in?
I'm telling you. But
yeah, and Dave, maybe that's the 4-ax. I don't know, the 4-ax palette that
yeah, it
gives
is a little different.
Type of, that look, So it's very different. It's a very different take, very different palette that a lot of that's been introduced. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so I believe don't we have to do a picture of the week tonight?
We do.
Before we get into that, and for those of you people that have been interested in what AstroWorld has now evolved to coming into retail and opening up our own retail store, I'm starting to build a YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever you want to. I have it all for AstroWorld Telescopes. Please join and support us on AstroWorld Telescopes on all the other platforms as well. So the AstroWorld Telescopes will be more reviews kind of thing. It'll also be hosted on AstroWorld TV as well. But I'm trying to build things a little bit differently. But all of the sales stuff is going to be on the AstroWorld Telescope site. So make sure you become a follower and switch to AstroWorld Telescopes and become a member of both. So. All right. And we also got to give away a Masters of Pix Insight workshop as well.
Okay.
So you want to do the pick first, or you want to do
I can. Yeah, no, definitely. I can do the pick first.
Okay.
You can do that. So let me I'm just prepping things up here.
Yep, no problem. Let me take a look at the chat and see if anything's going on in the chat.
Yep. Okay, so let me go ahead here now.
The chat.
Share here. And all right, so back at astroworldweb.com. I'll hide this for a second. So we're going to go over here to image contest. And let's see. So our entries were we had Tom Peter, NGC 6914. Mark Ellis's M16, The Pillars of Creation. Space Monkeys by Kevin Rosso of the with the Elephant Trunk Nebula.
Is that a starless one?
Yes, it is. It's a starless. That's really cool. The Triangulum Galaxy M33 by Starlancer. We also have again M16, the Eagle Nebula by Z. 22 votes.
That's it.
So, and then that I think that's a bit more than I think that we've had in the least recently. But yeah, if we, I just appreciate everybody voting and getting out here and vote. The more the merrier. The more the better.
Yeah, and get your friends, get your family, get everybody to vote.
Yeah,
On
tell them to go to astroworldweb.com and /image of the week.
Yep.
And /IOTW and have them vote.
Yep. Everybody should be voting.
Yeah. So let's see who did it. Let's see who won. Who did it? Who made it? All right.
Who's the winner?
At 22 votes.
22 votes, and the winner is. Are you serious?
Are you serious? It's a tie. Another tie.
Man, the calendar.
We've had 2 ties. We've had 3 ties. The image of the month. Yeah, image of the month for June for July.
Yep.
I'm sorry for
June.
And then and now image of the week, tie and tie again. Crazy.
So we got a tie between M16 by Mark Ellis and M33, Jason Pellegrini's Triangulum Galaxy. So congratulations to the 2.
Congratulations.
You guys will be in the running for the picture of the month for August.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. So they were both really great pictures, really great detail on both of them. So super job to the winners, and don't forget to get your pictures in. And I believe, Eric, you want to go over when you are allowed to put your pictures in and when the voting starts?
Yes, the pictures, I will get things set up tonight, and so we can turn things on tomorrow morning at 8:01 a.m. Eastern. And the Google shared folder will be up, will be connected and linked up and everything. And that will run until Tuesday evening, I want to say.
Yep.
And then, so that runs until Tuesday, and then I get things set up for us to vote. So yeah.
Right. So vote early, vote once, because that's all you're allowed to do is vote once.
You can do.
But get everybody to vote. Send it to your Facebook pages. Send it to wherever you want. You could share. So I'm going to be putting more postings out there for pictures of the week again, because I've been slacking on that. So I will make sure that happens. But hey, listen, more pictures you have, more votes you have, the less likely a tie will happen. So
exactly.
Get the votes. Remember the website, www.astroworldweb.com, and under contests.
/IOTW.
Yep.
And so the entry period begins 8:01 a.m. Eastern, concluding at 6:59 a.m. on Tuesday.
And if you
didn't
get
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and just before Tuesday, Tuesday at 7.
Well, the link is in the description of this video, of every single video. The link is in the description all the way at the bottom. It says submit your images here. And there you go. It sends you right to the webpage. And if you're so inclined to buy us a cup of coffee or something, you could go to our Patreon page and support us there as well and get some cool perks. So that being said, let's give away some free stuff. We're going to give away some free stuff.
Yeah.
and we're going to be giving away a
Who
master's.
doesn't love free stuff?
It's free. It's free.
Free.
And
That's
we're
it.
giving away a Masters of Pix Insight workshop. The next one is actually this Tuesday, and they're going through an entire workflow of, I believe it's Omega Centauri, if I remember right. So, so go check it out. If you don't win tonight, they usually have about 90 or so people at these events. 90 people every Tuesday that they do it. So go check it out. You can spend 2 hours learning about how to process globule clusters in this case. So let's get the Sean Nielsen Wheel of Fortune up. Here we go, and we'll do the quick play. There we go. And here we go. We got 162 people involved in this spin. A lot of people want to do this. So feel free, go to contests. Go to raffles, and then you go just sign up with your email, and then I'll get it. So here we go. Free Masters of Pix Insight workshop. And the winner is Jeffrey Reith. Okay, Jeffrey, I will send you an email tomorrow to show you how to redeem your Masters of Pix Insight class. Jeffrey R-E-A-T. Congratulations to Jeffrey. Awesome. There we go. Pretty cool. Yeah, so it's about.
Oh wow, Dave, thank you. We really appreciate that. We got a little bit of coffee money.
Oh my goodness.
Norm.
You guys are nuts. Thank you so much.
You guys are crazy, but thank you so much. We truly appreciate it.
You should do that at the beginning of the show so more people do it. No, thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Thank you, Norm.
Thank you, Norm.
Good to do.
Appreciate this. We could appreciate the continued support, guys. Really, really.
Yeah, really nice. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
You know what? Also, you guys can do for us. Do us a huge favor, and if you want to truly help us out, which we truly appreciate, let everybody else know. Get your friends, your fellow astronomers, get them involved. Tell them about this show. Have them come on. Give a like. Give us, share the links. Share. I know we get a lot of people who watch the videos after the live shows. Just share the links out. The videos and stuff like that too. And that's a huge help. That's absolutely a huge help.
Yeah, and
all we ask is just a simple, share.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring. Caring is sharing.
And if you're interested and you want some AstroWorld paraphernalia, if any of you are out there that have Astro clubs that you're involved in, that you want some stuff to give around to some people, hit me up on email, dan@astroworldweb.com, and I'll be happy to mail you a bunch of paraphernalia, flyers and brochures and stuff about AstroWorld and AstroWorld telescopes that you could give to your Astro clubs and hand them out. So if you want to be a, if you want to get the charity, 19.
Charity.
I didn't even know you could do
1999. You rock. You rock.
Yes, you should be getting a shirt for Patreon membership. Yes, if you didn't get it, Norm, let me know. I'll send it to you direct from my house. If they're not, they've been slacking off with the giving of the gifts for some reason. I opened up a ticket with them, so I do have some extras at home. So if you're a main sequence or a Red Giant member, I do have shirts in here. For the other ones, I can send you other perks as well. So feel free to let me know and hit me up by email if you didn't get your perks. Please let me know.
We'll talk a little bit more offline. but I want you to send me some stuff too, because it looks like I'm going to a star party this year.
And where are you going?
Finally,
Oh,
I'm a true introvert. Oh, you crack me up, Charity. God bless you.
Charity's awesome. We love you, Char.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to.
Are you going to the Illinois? You're going to Illinois? Good for you.
I'm gonna go down south, down towards Springfield. It's about 3.5 hours away.
Piece of cake.
I'm gonna hitch up the camper. I'm gonna hitch up the camper and all that stuff. And Robin and I are gonna go in October. I've already reserved the campsite there at the Jim Edgar Park, State Park. So now I just need to spend the $80 on just getting Robin and I the ticket,
Well,
registration.
Say hi to Starland, so Jason, he'll be there.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
But thank you so much for the donations. It's appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much for the
it's super humbling,
money.
It really is. So thank you so much, and it means a lot from everybody. And it's also a way that we can pay back, all the people that give us the giveaways. Thank you so much for that. So it's really nice. So appreciate it. We got to get.
Your fiance was born in Springfield. Nice.
You know who we got to. Who's time to come back on. We got to do another Reach for the Stars fundraiser. I think. It's almost.
Oh yeah, we need to reach out to Carlos.
Yeah,
we should.
Donald Walker's club runs that star party. So,
nice.
There you go. So maybe you'll meet two people there.
So you're part of the is it the Sangamon? I believe that's the one. The Sangamon Astronomy Society is the sponsor of that. So nice. So be looking forward to meeting you. If you're there, I'll be looking forward to meeting you.
Nice. Awesome. Definitely get a picture. Yeah. I'll send you. When is it? October? So yeah.
It's October. It's in October. So we're going to go that Thursday, I think. We're going to head down that Thursday.
Nice.
Or Friday, that Friday morning. And, we're there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then we'll head on back.
Yeah, I'm going to be hitting up Cherry Springs again. I'm going to be going. I think I'm going to go rain or shine. I think even if it's just like chilling out, unless if it's raining, if it's cloudy, I think I'm still going to go because still a lot of people show up. I could go there. I could have dinner, chill out, whatever,
Yeah. Nice. Because I'm hoping all of the insurance stuff I'm sure it'll all get squared away because I got to finish everything.
Hope you have them out.
Yeah, I'll finish I got to finish all the last stuff up this weekend. Get my, send them my receipts and all that stuff. But yeah, and then hopefully I'll be able to have a mount soon and that I can travel with. If not,
oh no, coming out of retirement.
I guess I'll have to take a standby. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into that, Norm. So let's do that. And you know what? And what we'll do is we'll put a sign-up sheet on AstroWorld Web for Okie-Tex in 2024. And we'll make that a road trip for whoever wants to go to Okie-Tex. It's kind of like in the center of the country, I guess. Little south, but. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get a big group. I'll probably be down for doing something like that too. Yes, I must have a mount. This one, you know what? This one didn't do too bad. I did take some images earlier when when the SEM 60 was out at Ioptron for service. I used it a little bit, and it did okay. So yeah.
Well, Skywatcher is doing a big sale on some mounts.
But I don't want an EQ6R or an EQ68. I want, honestly, I want the Nix. I want the Nix I would like to get the Nix with the power saddle. If I
Yep.
could.
Well, you can pre-order it at AstroWorldTelescopes.com.
Yes,
So,
yes, you can.
yes, you can. Yes,
You can. So I just have a concern because you have the Nix.
Yep.
Have they? I know back earlier, and I know you were mentioning this earlier as well. Back earlier this year, I believe there was I won't say it was a conflict between ZWO and Pegasus, but there was an issue with the drivers or what have you.
Are you
good with that now?
Yeah, it works. It works. It works with the on-step drivers.
On-step.
It's just you'll be.
It doesn't work with the LX. It doesn't work with the LX 2000.
The LX 2016 it works with. So the whole thing with the Nix is it works with any LX 200 compatible,
200.
And the on-step seems to be more stable.
On-step seems to be more stable.
Yeah. So the on-step works. It works seamless with Nina. That's not a problem. But I know Eric wants to use it with his, with his ASI Air, and it does work. You'll have no problem figuring it out. I'm just an ASI Air idiot, and and I'm okay with that. You got to know your limitations. I'm a Windows guy, and I'll remain a Windows guy. Just like I'm a refractor guy, I'll probably remain a fractor guy. So, that being said, I mean, it does work. It works fine. There are people out there that use it with the ASI Air, and you'll be able, it's just weird with the what to turn on first, pretty much, and it's just kind of weird. You got to make sure that the Nix is fully booted up and all that.
One thing is that I'm not sure about, because I know that the Pegasus has the EQ6R mount compatible, like the Pure adapters, like it's compatible with like EQ6.
Oh, the plate, yes, yeah, for the legs.
The plates. Yeah, for the legs.
Yeah.
And one thing I read, I think it was in Cloudy Nights or somewhere, because I still have the, I've got the Ioptron Tri-Pier.
Yep.
And that's where I would like to use it if I get it. Is maybe get the adapter for the Tri-Pier, the EQ6 adapter, and then you can then you can use the EQ6
head
adapter for the Pegasus.
Absolutely.
So I'll figure that out.
Absolutely. So I mean, yeah, the Nix is wonderful. I love it.
Thank you, Donald. That's awesome to know. Appreciate that. I've got a battery. I will bring my battery.
Yeah, I guess I got spoiled at Cherry Springs because they have power stanchions every like 30 feet.
Yeah.
They have 12 outlets, all with their own breakers, and you just bring 100-foot extension cords and you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I'm going to be kind of curious about is, because my first star party, all that stuff, because I'm bringing my camper and everything, and there's going to be 50 amp power there. And from the picture of everything, it looks kind of open where my RV spot is. It looks pretty open.
Well, I think you got to clarify a little bit. It's not a gas generator, Dave. It's electric power tank, pretty much.
No, mine's an electric battery.
Yeah, it's an electric battery. Yeah, so most star parties don't allow gas generators because of, number one, the noise, number two, the fumes. So most do not allow that there. So
yeah. So no, I'm bringing my I'm bringing my Echo River. I'll bring my Echo River battery.
Yep.
But yeah, and see, that's the thing I'll try to figure out is, since I'm going to be there with my camper, and I'm going to have power and everything, I'm wondering if I'm just going to set up my stuff right there, at my camper, because you got power all that right there. I can plug right into there.
Well, you got to remember also, and you might want to talk to Dave. I think Dave, or Donald rather, about if depending on the size of your trailer, you may not be able to park in the Star Party parking lot. You might have to park in the RV.
Right. I'll have to most likely I'll have to park in the RV lot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I probably
Yep,
will. And then make my way over to the Star Party and look around and hang out maybe a little bit and all that fun stuff.
Are you pulling the RV with your car?
Yeah.
So you just drop the RV, you bring the car up you put all your stuff in the car, bring the car up to the Star Party. So you don't have to lug all that stuff up there. So
exactly. So yeah.
Awesome.
You're
finally going. You're finally going to. Eric's finally growing up.
Finally gonna do this. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So then we'll have 4 Star Parties for AstroWorld in 4 months.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
And Neef, and we did Neef this year.
And Neef next year. Neef next year. And then Okie-Tex and the solar.
They are about a mile apart or so. Are you talking about the Star
RV
Party
and the Star
observation
Party
in the RV park, the RV spaces?
Okay. Yeah, me too, Charity. But anyway, it's about that time, my friend.
Yeah. It's about that time.
Hey,
so I've got
everybody. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys and gals are the best.
Truly.
If anybody else wants to buy us a cup of coffee, just hit that nice $1 button on the bottom. David, it changes what's all about. Yeah. So next week is, next week, Wednesday, it looks like we're going to be having a special guest on Wednesday. We're going to be having Sean Nielsen, I think, with one of the people that is running the Starfest Ontario, to talk about what they have available for us in Canada, in the Great White North. So we're going to be talking to them, and then Friday, hopefully Jesse's feeling better, and we could pull her in to do Lyra. We might want to do, since she's doing Lyra, we may want to finish up the Summer Triangle at that point. If it's the three of us.
Yeah, we can definitely.
All right, so
we can definitely do that. Sure.
Aquila the Eagle and Cygnus the Swan. So.
Yep.
Are you ready? We'll flip a coin for it. All right, ready? So.
Yeah.
Tamron is tails. God. That's tails. You ready?
Whatever. I've got a coin. I got a quarter right here. Now, what are we flipping for?
You got it? I don't have a quarter.
Which constellations?
Which constellations? For who picks? All
right, between
Cygnus and Aquila.
Aquila. Did we do Cygnus?
We did Cygnus. Yes, we did. All right, so Aquila, Lyra. What's fading? Anything else fading? Sorry, you give us another $1.99? You're funny. Let me see if I can pull up Stellarium real quick. All right, so what's fading at like midnight? All right, so we got we didn't do Ophiuchus yet.
We haven't done Ophiuchus yet. Okay, so Ophiuchus.
And I'm just looking in the south.
You have Aquila,
Ophiuchus and Aquila. So, and then Jesse will do Lyra.
Yeah.
All right, so flip it.
All right, cool. So heads is Ophiuchus. Tails.
No. Heads is.
Oh, we're gonna call it.
Heads is you. Tails is me.
Heads is me.
Right. Really?
And
Go get it, Titan.
no, seriously.
Oh, dude, you suck.
It's tails.
Tails. All right.
It's tails. So it's you.
I'll do Aquila.
Okay.
And you do
I'll do
Ophiuchus.
Ro. I'll do Ophiuchus. Right on.
All right, cool.
Ophiuchus it is.
So we got Aquila, Ophiuchus, and Lyra if Jesse's feeling well. So that's what we're going to be doing next Friday night.
All right.
Rock and roll. All right, cool. So again, Wednesday we got some special guests. Friday we're going to do Constellation walkthrough again. Hopefully by the week out, I'll have these August schedule completed. So we're going to come back with the critique night. We're going to come back with a member night, and we'll I think that'll fill up the whole month because we got another week off because of the unless if Eric pulls one off. So
well, yeah, we'll collaborate here real quick and we'll figure out this
sounds good.
This Steam Deck and stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, awesome.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for the donations. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you for
Norm,
yeah,
I'll take
sure.
a look at your perks and I'll get those out to you, Norm. So I apologize about that. And everybody have a great weekend, right? Today's Friday. So
Yes.
It's the end of the week. The moon is getting smaller, the nights are getting longer, and Leon's getting larger. So all right, everybody, have a good night. Take care, everybody. Eric, final thoughts?
Again, no, just thank you guys all for the continued support, and yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. And don't forget, just share the show, like the show, have fun, just have fun.
Yep, absolutely. All right, everybody, have a good night. Take care. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And remember, as always, to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Wednesday night. Have a good night, everybody.
See you, everybody.